Everybody, this is Carl, Talkative Carl to be exact, or the other around to be exact. But anyway, welcome back. We're gonna spend a couple of days with testing out the Terminator. Please leave a comment below. Let me know which Terminator movie do you like the best, which is kind of pointless because the first two is always the best. But you know. If you happen to like the others, please let me know. I think, the first two are solid. But aside from those, I do think there's some elements in 3 and 4 that I still enjoy. Like, with the TX Terminator with that female, I thought that was very creative. And then with the Terminator Salvation, I like the idea of them finally being in the future. But the only thing is, I wish they took out the whole Sam Worthington robot thing. I wish they taken all that out. None of us needed that. We could just kept it in the future and finally, like, okay, John Connor. We have John Connor, Kristen Bale in this iteration. He's played by Kristen Bale, and like, okay. We're in the future, now we're going to take down Skynet once for all, but we're in the future / present. And then I did like the ballsy move that he did in Terminator 3 when they finally, like, okay, the war with machines finally starting, with the nuclear bombs going off and all that other stuff. But some say they should have just left it alone after 2. But I tend to agree. Either that, or if they was gonna continue it, like, stopped after 4 at least. Or we're finally in the future, been built into this spot for like for 3 movies. Just be there. At least that's my interpretation.
The Terminator.
RoboCop.
Cyber Linkway Assembly.
I know I did like RoboCop a long while ago, but I'll revisit him after Terminator. Your clothes, give them to me. The Running Man. Right. down, left, right. Okay. Not the flashes of moves, but you know, kind of like even Robocop's moves a little bit better here. What the heck?
The Terminator.
The Terminator. I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. Nice night for a walk. Fuck you, dickwad. Hasta la vista, baby.
Pledge loyalty to your new empress.
I'm not programmed to obey you.
You will submit, Terminator.
Round 1. Fight!
I'm not programmed to obey you.
Like the hand.
You're no threat.
Round 2. Fight!
Man, I'm trying to do that I'm not gonna do that stupid. Stupid counter.
Now you're my slave.
Final round. Fight!
Bitch.
Finish her!
Run it. Go in time. I always get confused when I'm backwards like that instead of like on the left side. Level up. Once I'm finished with these 2 matches, I'll go back and fill in some stuff.
Kronika could grant you free will.
Why do I need autonomy?
To serve her, of course.
Round 1. Fight!
Why is my stuff turned off? You live.
Round 2. Fight!
Trying to do the friendship. Run it. Left down.
The Terminator wins.
I'm trying to do the friendship, man. I can't. It's not letting me do the easy one.
last I found you.
Why look for me?
Your parts will yield big profits.
Round 1. Fight.
You're no threat.
Round 2. Fight. Finish him.
It's not.
The Terminator.
I know I'm pressing the right button. I don't know why it's not doing it. I know stuff's gonna apply to things, but I might get better stuff for the Terminator.
The Terminator.
That Day of the Dead kind of mask.
Go back to your realm, machine.
I have no way to return.
Then you will die here.
Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight!
Get over here.
Finish her!
Left, right. He's not doing it.
The Terminator wins.
We can do the fatality good. Don't know if I had the same issue last time I tried Terminator. Can't remember. I probably did.
Are you of concern to Outworld?
Does it contain sentient humanoid life?
I'll take that as yes.
Fight!
My girl Jade. Oh.
Finish him! Fatality. Kitana wins.
Well, another notch here. I don't know. It should have gave me another round. Why it doesn't have just one
Fight.
thing?
Surrender.
Finish her!
Okay, got a friendship.
Friendship. The Terminator wins.
Finally, I got one. Just need to do a fatality at least once.
You've been sent here to protect me.
And save the realms from a dark fate.
Why would I trust a machine?
Round 1. Fight.
To save the realms for a dark fate.
I will execute you.
I wish he'd do more with his gun.
Round 2. Fight.
You're no threat.
Final round. Fight.
Brightness.
Finish her.
Finally got one.
Fatality. The Terminator wins.
It's probably the last time I'm doing fatality or friendship. This is like too, because I hate when you have to be close or sometimes when to do certain things because it's so the chances of you hitting them into the end is too great of a chance to lose out on a chance to try out the thing. They should allow in like the menu somewhere to test out the thing so you'll know how to do it.
There is an entire legion of Terminators.
In the future, we drive humanity to extinction.
Tell me more.
Round 1. Fight.
I'm trying to do the counter, I'm trying to do anything.
Get over here. Effective strategy.
Round 2. Fight.
You really gotta be up close.
Fatality. The Terminator wins.
The Mortal Kombat 11 story was alright, yeah. I kind of hope it looks like they're done with the whole time travel mechanics, so they're a full reboot at this point. So, like, I'm be interested to see what they'll do moving forward. Because they kept Cassie Cage, because in Mortal Kombat X, they try to do this whole new generation with Takeda and those other, Jackie Briggs and stuff like that. But I don't know, maybe they'll be more prominent in the next one.
In the future, machines are in charge.
All human life is terminated.
Fuck.
Round 1. Fight.
The Luna. It's the Expendables. I hope they get a new
Get up.
MC.
Round 2. Fight.
I wonder what the friendship for Rambo looks like. That'll be interesting. Maybe I'll do him right after RoboCop. Hey Ash, did you go on my YouTube channel and check out my discussion video? Another viewer really wanted me to do a while back. It's pretty much about me talking about death in video game, like, you know, the meaning behind like death in, you know, for characters in video games. One of the other viewers, you know, of Daniel, like we had like a discussion about it, like way back, probably in January when I was still playing Cyberpunk, and we was bringing up how like in the Game Awards in 2020 last year that how The Last of Us Part 2 won, despite how the controversy with Joel's death and everything around it. I and many other people don't think, aside from, because like nobody's being misogynistic or anything like that, just want to get that out there, but yeah, definitely, because it was something that he brought up that he really wanted me to try to do a video on, and I finally got around to it. Yeah, it's just like I heard at that time, I heard so many people talking about how like well, it won Game of the Year. It's like because people were talking about it. It was like people was talking about it because like they dropped the ball with the whole story with behind Joel's death, and it's like
The Terminator.
Joel's death wasn't an issue. It was just the way he died kind of sucked. Yeah, well, that's iffy too with Scorpion's death, because I pulled at least a handful of examples from other video games that not only served well in the story, but people didn't fuss over because everybody agreed on how he died, and the way they died, what they did,
need backup now.
how it fit in the overall story. It just all kind of makes sense.
Haven't we done this before?
I have no record of a previous encounter.
We have met. I am sure of it.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh my god, it makes me want to watch that death battle again of RoboCop vs. Terminator. It was really good. Dang, I was kind of hoping I was catching him. I'm gonna play RoboCop again after Terminator. After I do a couple videos for Terminator, I will do a couple videos for RoboCop. Dang, I'm trying to do the counter. It's not working for me. Seriously.
You will live.
Round 2. Fight.
Murphy. It's going to be trouble. Hold on a second, Ash.
Get over here.
Finish him.
But the show Titans, they have a great budget and everything. I want to see the show season, but well, between nice. Yeah, and that's the word I use a lot in the videos. Like, and I'll just mention this briefly. In Last of Us Part 2, or at least we knew Last of Us Part 2 was coming up. We all expected Joel to die, but the way he died was hollow. Now, of course, I heard in interviews the people who made the game, something like it was like it would have been typical for people to expect. Everybody would have been guessing and thinking it's gonna be like he's going out with a blaze of glory fighting all these zombies. You wanna usurp that expectation, but there's other ways to usurp that expectation instead of him going out like a bitch the way they put it in. That's just my take on it. I'm not a Last of Us like fanboy like that, I've seen like the story and everything like that. At least the first one, because the first Last of Us game, I saw the walkthrough of that from another YouTuber that I like to watch, and the story was serviceable. I liked the story, but it's just like the sequel seemed like, and I went over in the video like what they could have done better just to make it not only not controversy, because not all controversy is good controversy.
Our objective is unchanged. Skynet has confirmed humanity's domination will commence.
Round 1. Fight.
I brought up Walking Dead as myself. It's in the video.
Get
Because
over
I
here.
don't like Telltale like that, but I did watch the walkthrough years ago, and I thought like that death was like earned and respected. You know?
Get up.
Yeah. It's like at least a handful, because like
Round 2.
Daniel
Fight.
brought up Arthur Morgan, and I put him in the video too, because like that death was, you know, earned, because he didn't go out in a blaze of glory either, but
Bad choice.
it's still narratively fit so far as like how he died compared to like what you see with Joel. Shoot. Darn it. Exactly what I was about to do.
Finish him.
Oh shoot. Oh.
The Terminator wins.
Yeah, see, because we all know, you know, we all play our fair share of video games, and in the event, like, one of the main characters die, like, can you imagine, like, if Lee went out, because I use a different example in the video, but it's like, can you imagine if, like, Lee went out the same way Joe did, how upset a lot of people would be? And like a pitiful, can you imagine the pitiful excuse them saying, the developers of that game saying like, well, people would have expected that, so we want to usurp that expectation. You wouldn't be satisfied with that answer.
Can coexist.
Insectoids are a greater threat than humans.
Clever boy.
Round 1. Fight.
I knocked her out for a little fatal blow.
You are finished.
Round 2. Fight.
That's all we want to do.
Everyone is unimpressed.
Final round. Fight! Finish her!
Gotham Knights just got delayed to 2022. I'm fine with it as long as it's better. Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be a while before I get the new consoles. I really want to find my own place and everything like that, and it's like, yeah, the new console probably gotta take a back seat just a little while longer. Maybe this Christmas and they'll have some kind of Black Friday deal or some kind of thing, you know. I gotta prioritize what I want to do, so, and finding a place ain't easy.
You just can't go around killing people. Why not? You just can't. Trust me.
Round 1. Fight!
Nice little callback. Why does the counter don't work, man?
You're no threat.
I mentioned this probably in my favorite video games video that I did on my YouTube. But the two that come to mind that I probably hated the worst out of anything I ever played in my entire life, at least in my top of my memory, is Jump Force and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Those two are like, you know, god awful. Can't believe I wasted money on those things. And this is me talking about it while after playing like things like Cyberpunk.
Finish him! The Terminator wins.
Do you have like a worst game you ever played, Ash? Gonna be hopping right after this. I'll be hopping right on to the Kate Bishop Hawkeye DLC on Marvel Avengers.
A killing machine. How clever.
You are next to be terminated.
You're not that clever.
Round 1. Fight!
You can't go around just killing people. Why? You just can't.
Round 2. Fight.
Amazing Spider-Man 1. Yeah, I think I played those. Yeah, I can see what you're talking about. Why that, you know, not one of god awful games I ever played, but it's definitely up there. Dang, she knocked me out my thing. Oh, that was lucky. Whatever.
The Terminator wins.
Oh, Miles Morales games let it down? Like, why is that exactly? I thought it was pretty solid. I think it's kind of more of like a testing grounds for the next Spider-Man PlayStation game to, you know, balance them both out in the same game. Yeah, I played all the Arkham games on my channel, and I gotta say, Arkham Origins is way better. People might argue with me on this, but Arkham Origins is way better than Arkham Asylum. But it's like, it's a very, very good game.
The Lin Kuei will banish you.
Your clan cannot terminate me.
Wishful thinking, machine.
Round 1.
I love the DLC. It's probably one of my favorite DLCs in a video game, Cold Heart and Arkham Origins. Definitely give that a play, because you can still play it on if you have a Xbox 360. I think you can still play it, because I don't think they have it on all the Xbox gens at all. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I think it's supposed to be half the time of the other Spider-Man game, because originally it was supposed to be an extra DLC for the PS4 Spider-Man game, but you know, they decided to, like, it was big enough to warrant a game on its own. Despite it being short, it's still earned like a solo game.
Finish him. The Terminator wins.
Yeah, the combos was, you know, super. They had to like try to come up with some stuff that try to differentiate from Peter Parker Spider-Man, and I think they did it pretty well, especially with the gadgets. I was concerned about like what they would do with the gadgets, and what they did was pretty creative. And I still enjoy how they keep updating both games just to, well, the OG game technically, with so many new costumes. Because there's a few costumes, when I went back to streaming for my channel, there was a couple of costumes that wasn't there before. I did not know they were still adding in new costumes for Peter Parker. That is pretty cool. That's what I'm talking about, great games. That you put like a lot of time and effort into it, just like Ghost of Tsushima. Like you put a lot of time and effort in shows, and that thing is getting like a freaking movie now, and I can't wait for that.
patient.
It's not. See, like, it's like you have to, like, what you have to do to make that even work. Jade's my main in this game, and I love Jade. Like, oh my gosh, she's so hot. I love Jade. I love using her. Didn't think I'd be a Jade fan. Favorite horror franchise game or movie? I mentioned in my favorite non-superhero films on my YouTube channel, but like I'm not a horror dude, but a few horror games I do enjoy is like the Scream films. As far as games are concerned, you know, I do love Resident Evil 4. This is off the top of my head.
I came all the way here to fight you.
Correct.
Your ass is gonna be terminated.
Round one.
Yeah, WandaVision is pretty good, but I gotta be honest with you, the first 2 episodes will feel kind of slow to you. But just stick with it, because it does, you know, pick up, you know, into like episode 3 moving forward. So yeah, just give it a chance. I have to tell my stepmom that same thing like weeks ago.
You're weak.
Round 2. Fight! Once I'm finished with Devil May Cry 5 walkthrough and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu walkthrough, after that I will be solely focusing on Fire Emblem 3 Houses, because that's just a massive game on its own. I want to make sure I have no other distractions beyond like playing Overwatch every once in a while for 30 to 40 minutes and maybe some more Yu-Gi-Oh videos, but as far as like walkthroughs, I want to make sure that is like my primary focus, because there's so much in that. I love that game, definitely.
Yeah, but I'm just hoping like DC will stop with the reboot. Like, if I had like a mandate, if I was running like Marvel or DC, if I had a mandate, I would tell them straight out, okay, if you do this major event like DC Dark Knight's Metal or Death Metal, and with like Marvel's No Surrender thing that they did a year or so, I'll be telling them, okay, if you do like a major event that affects all of the heroes in this universe, no more for at least 7 to 10 years. Whatever status quo you're trying to establish, let us live in it. Because if you look it up, you know how many times like DC had like some quote unquote major events. It's like at least like a few within a couple of years. And it's like, dude, it's like that's too much. It's way too much, and it's like people will event fatigue. That's the danger of it, like event fatigue. And it's like, what are you doing? Let us live in it, because they're too concerned about like make sure whatever like new character you're establishing gets like some kind of movie deal or action figure or whatever. I was like, let us live with these characters for a minute before you go on making another huge event. Okay. There's 2 sockets. I'm not really playing much of Terminator, so I'll give him some weak stuff. Wait, you're saying, what's your favorite Pokemon game series for me? I like Pokemon Yellow, but I gotta say, Pokemon Gold and Silver is probably my absolute favorite. I love the Johto region. Probably like Johto, Hoenn, and Kanto is probably like my biggest favorites. I think the reason they keep rebooting or doing events because they keep spiraling out of control because these characters keep overpowered, and I think I hear that kind of excuse like for Doctor Strange, for example, like every time he does something, and some new writer comes in, they gotta do that same old trope, like he loses his magical abilities or they're not as effective anymore, so they gotta start from scratch kind of crap. But I did find one event that, or at least story arc that they did with Doctor Strange a year and a half ago, where like something went wrong with his magical abilities or something or other. I can't recall. But he learned that besides Earth, there's other planets out in the universe that have their own version of quote unquote magic. So he went out into space and like acquired or learned new magical abilities from other aliens, or at least alien races that have their own quote unquote magic. I thought that was interesting. They didn't keep that in place for long, but I thought that was very interesting. Who was a better Kid Flash, Bart or Wally? I'm gonna go with Wally, but Are you talking about like the redhead ginger Wally that we knew growing up, or Wallace West, the black kid? Because technically, the OG Wally West is better because he's faster. Alright, Ash, I have to cut this stream just for a few minutes so I can go ahead and boot up Marvel's Avengers. I'll play at least maybe 2 or 3 missions of that. Probably not that long. I should be halfway done with that DLC by this point. But I'm gonna boot that up, play that a little bit, then I'll probably hop right into Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu afterwards. And then definitely gonna be ending the night after that for another Yu-Gi-Oh video, because I took a break on that for a minute. Doing another Yu-Gi-Oh archetype video. What character do you think is underlooked for me as Captain America? He has great ideas and looking strength, and most people, I don't know. But I gotta say, yeah, Captain America, roughly. I don't think well, it's hard to say. I don't want to say he's totally underlooked because of the movies, but I get what you're saying, because it's just the same problem with Superman for a lot of people writing or being charged to write Superman, or at least maybe it's not even just the writers. It's just people always complain about you can't write Superman or Captain America well because they're too optimistic or they're too overpowered. Or blah. It's yeah, you can. You just in that mindset, that defeatist mindset, without even put some thought into it. It's easier to write or do some Batman comics well because his outlook is just more quote unquote realistic, or they got that cynical outlook that make him badass. It's just whatever. It's easier to write for or make a Batman story or whatever like that. It takes some real mental fortitude and some to make a good story for Captain America, and they do it in the movies at least several times and they're doing pretty well. Obviously you just got to put some effort into it, but it's Captain America's just more unique. It's he's not as powerful as strength wise when it comes to compared to someone I don't know, Spider-Man, but he's probably just slightly more powerful than your average Olympic athlete, because you've seen from you've seen it from Age of Ultron that Captain America ripped a log in half, and he doesn't well more than that, but it's at full force, can do some serious damage. Sidekicks are always better than heroes. Always Impulse better than Flash, Superboy better than Superman, Robin if you're talking about Dick Grayson. It all depends. I don't like Damian personally, but I see what you mean sidekicks. Yeah, but everybody agrees that as far as the best sidekick, I think a lot of people will go with Dick Grayson. He's definitely the OG, the first sidekick ever created. And I love Nightwing. Dick Grayson's always gonna be my favorite when it comes to sidekicks, or at least sidekick who evolved into his own man and is doing his own thing very well. Dick Grayson has it down packed. It was a very smooth transition, and I kind of hope Miles Morales get that same treatment, even though he's not a typical sidekick. He has his own thing, but I'll be interested to see in a comic or something like that, a glimpse in the future of what Miles Morales will look like 5 years down the line when he gets some experience underneath his belt. That'd be interesting. But I want to go to cut stream just for a few minutes, and then you can just hop back in once you see me back online, because I'll be playing a little bit more Marvel's Avengers. So I'll see you in a little bit, Ash. We'll continue with the discussion, a little bit in a minute.